BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my most anticipated reads recap, rewrap, and update for November and December 2014. I am combining these 2 months because I only had a total of 9 books that I was interested in reading in those 2 months, so I decided to make, one video because I can't make one video for one book. That would be weird. Anyways, let's get started. The very first book that I was interested in reading in November of 2014 was Mortal Heart by Robin Lefevre. This book came out on the 4th of November. I never picked it up, and the reason is because I haven't even read Grave Mercy yet. This is a historical fiction about assassins, and they're also nuns, and it's also a romance. So I don't know. It's huge. This is a huge book. It's 546 pages or something like that, and I just am I'm so nervous about the size of the book that I just haven't picked it up yet. I mean, the font isn't too terrible, but still, I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys thought of this book, if you have read it, and if I should pick it up in 2018. I can't wait to share with you guys my reading goals, which will be taking place, next month in December. But I do want to get to some of these books that have been on my shelves for a very long time. So let me know what you guys thought of Grave Mercy. So with that being said, no, I did not read Mortal Heart, which is the 3rd book in the trilogy because I haven't even started the first one. Alright, the second book on my list, which also came out on November 4th, and here's a picture here, is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Now, this book I won a giveaway on Goodreads but never received the book, and I contacted Goodreads and they were supposed to contact Random House, and nothing came of the whole situation, so I just gave up on it. And I'm not really keen on this book anymore. Let me know down below if you liked this book. I don't think I'll purchase it, but if you guys really liked the story, maybe I'll borrow it from the library. We will see. The 3rd book on the list is The Retribution of Mara Dyer. This is the 3rd book in the Mara Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. I gave this book 3 stars. I will leave my Goodreads review down below. This one just wasn't as good as the 1st and 2nd book. I couldn't wrap my head around it, and I hated the ending. And so because of that, I'm not really interested in reading the spin-off series with Noah Shaw. Even though I really enjoyed Noah Shaw's voice and his characteristics in the Mara Dyer trilogy, I don't know if I want to read his spin-off series. I don't know. What do you think? The next book I have here is Waistcoats and Weaponry. This is the 3rd book in the Finishing School trilogy by Gail Carriger. This I consider to be the prequel to the Parasol Protectorate because some of the characters from the adult urban fantasy are in here and they're kids in here. So I'm saying it's a prequel. I did read, which you can't see because it's on the 3rd shelf here, Etiquette and Espionage, which is the 1st book in the trilogy. Absolutely loved it. So I do have to pick these up at some point in time. Sylvia bought this for me, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. I really need to pick up those books, especially since I love Gail Carriger's writing so much. All right, the 4th book, or excuse me, the 5th book on my list is Creed. Here's a picture here. I do own this on my Kindle. I received it from NetGalley for free back in 2014. Absolutely loved this book. Gave it 4 stars. Again, I will leave the link to my Goodreads review down below. This is by Lindsay Curry and Trisha Lever. And this is a kind of like a survival story about 4 kids who break down during the winter time. They need to get to a payphone. I think they need gas in their car. They did pass a gas station, but they thought they could make it to another stop, and ended up not happening. So they have to backtrack to that town and realize the entire town is deserted. And so they're going in and out of houses trying to figure out what's going on, where'd the people go, can they find a phone, yada yada. And then all of a sudden, like, weird stuff happened. Like, the place that they ended up, like, being in, the town is called, like, Purity. And it's a religious cult town. And they are fanatics. And they are about to sacrifice the kids. Or at least that's what the main leader is saying. I think they want to kill them. Regardless, the book was really creepy. It totally gave me anxiety. I needed those kids to get out of that town. The leader of the cult was really scary. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed that book. The next book on my list, which came out on the 11th of November 2014, was The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson. I haven't read all of the Mortal Instruments, so I don't know if I need to wait before reading this. Let me know down below if that's the case. I did read all of the Infernal Devices and really enjoyed that trilogy, but I've only gotten through City of Bones in the Mortal Instruments series. This one has 10 short stories in it by all 3 of those different authors. So again, let me know down below. I love Magnus Bane, and if it's just stories on him and it's like, you know, part of the world, then I could totally pick this up and it wouldn't matter. Again, let me know what you think down below. All right, the 7th book on my list is Stone Cove Island. I got this from NetGalley as well, and then when I found it on Book Outlet, I had to purchase the physical copy because I'm terrible at reading Kindle books. This is by Suzanne Myers. This is a mystery about a 30-year-old crime. There is a hurricane. I believe the main character is taking care of a lighthouse, and during the hurricane, some boxes open up, and she is reading like a newspaper or something and comes to realize that there was a murder mystery, and she wants to get to the bottom of it. So it looks and sounds like a good YA mystery read. It's not that long at all, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading it at some point, hopefully maybe in 2018. And the last book for November was The Night Itself, which is here. Other places call it The Name of the Blade, and this is by Zoe Marriott. Zoe Marriott. This is an urban fantasy Japanese magical story about a katana and, does it say dragons? Demons. So it sounds really good because I like anything Japanese. I love demons. It's urban fantasy and magic. I just don't have the book. I've never seen it on Book Outlet, and I don't know if my library carries it. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll pick this up in the next couple of months. If you've read this book and really enjoyed it, let me know down below. And the last book I want to talk about is my December most anticipated read for 2014, and that was Gathering Darkness by Morgan Rhodes. This is the 3rd book in the Fallen Kingdom series. I own books 1 through 3. I have not picked up the other ones because I don't know if I'm interested in reading these books anymore. The first 2 books I bought for $1 at my local, library bookstore. This one I got for $5 from Book Off. So yeah, what did you think of this fantasy? Let me know how you liked it. I know that this is YA, but it's supposed to be high fantasy, and high fantasy freaks me out. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm just not familiar with fantasy that much. Like I do read fantastical stories when it comes to like middle grade or like retellings, but I'm not familiar with like hardcore high fantasy or those kinds of stories. I don't read them very often, so this kind of makes me a little nervous. Again, let me know down below what you thought of this trilogy. Are you continuing on with the series? Should I pick this up soon? And all that jazz. All right, those were the, 9 books that I was interested in reading in 2014. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!